Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at noon. I'm Alexandra Carter. Today, Derek Van Orden visited La Crosse Dahl YMCA to discuss some important resources. Van Orden met with staff and community members to discuss important local resources like nutrition assistance and mental health programs. The YMCA also offers diabetes prevention programs, food forest initiatives, and group fitness programs. And President Joe Biden returning to the Badger State today. The White House says this visit to Milwaukee will spotlight the administration's efforts on job creation and lead pipe replacement. More specific details like what time or where he'll speak still haven't been released. This marks Biden's first trip to Wisconsin since September when he announced rural clean energy investments in Westby. A local favorite is now officially closed for the season. The local favorite dished out its final walnut burgers, shakes, and fries this morning. Of course, we're talking about Rudy's before shutting down for winter. While closed, the drive-in team at Rudy's will gear up for a fresh start in the spring. Until then, fans will have to satisfy their cravings elsewhere.
Well, we had another little bit of a chillier night, although as we've gotten into the afternoon, we felt temperatures warming up a little bit faster than we were yesterday. They are going to get a little bit warmer than we saw yesterday as well. Sitting right now at 62 in La Crosse, 61 in Eau Claire, so very pleasant fall temperatures currently across most of the area. Here's what the rest of the day is going to look like in La Crosse. As we go throughout those afternoon hours, not really a lot going on. We're warming into the low 70s again after a couple days staying in the 60s, and those winds are going to be very light, pretty variable as well, not really making an impact with mostly sunny skies in Eau Claire. Very similar story, just a little bit cooler, possibly just lingering in those upper 60s today, just a bit cooler. Otherwise, a pretty nice fall day for the middle of the week. So we're feeling a little bit warmer tonight. We could have one more chillier night, but after that we should be saying goodbye to all the frost for just a few days. And then after that, we're still feeling that gradual warm up through the week, and I'll show you what our hottest day could look like this week coming up in a little bit.
All right, Nicole, we'll see you then. Thank you. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is used to dealing with storms. It's currently helping the Southeast prepare for Hurricane Milton while helping them recover from Hurricane Helene. Now, FEMA says it's facing a different kind of storm. Amy Kiley reports it is a whirlwind of misinformation.
The reality of rumors and misinformation that have been out there are very challenging.
FEMA says false rumors about its work are making it harder to help with Hurricanes Helene and Milton. One inaccurately claims survivors only get $750 from the agency. Actually, that's just an immediate payment for things like food, water, and emergency supplies. People can apply for more, but FEMA says misinformation is an obstacle.
It's causing confusion, it's causing chaos, and people aren't able to get the help that they need because they're seeing so much information that is not true.
A different rumor falsely claims FEMA money is being diverted for other uses like international aid.
I can assure you that no funding has been taken from the disaster relief funds.
Congress controls the agency's budget.
Obviously, big disasters like this create longer-term needs and across the federal family. We'll work on those at a later point. But for Helene and for Milton, we have the resources we need.
Another rumor alleges FEMA is limiting some efforts in North Carolina. The state's governor says that's not the case.
We have thousands of local, state, and federal officials who are working in North Carolina and who are making sure that people have what they need.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Congress is on recess until after the election and chose not to boost FEMA funding before leaving. Now lawmakers are under pressure to return for an emergency funding vote. Congressional leaders of both parties say they're waiting for damage assessments. Coming up, it is mushroom mania, why these fungi are popping up everywhere from forests to pharmacy shelves, plus how you can grow your own at home.
Now is the time to take advantage of Beyer Cabinets Fall Countertop Sale. Now through October 31st, receive $250 off our wide selection of beautiful natural stone and quartz countertops. Stop in today. Beyer Cabinets, West Salem.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity.
Harris will lower the cost of living and cut taxes for middle-class families.
Because I strongly believe when the middle class is strong, America is strong.
Kamala Harris for president. The United Associations Union Plumbers and Pipe Fitters vote pack is responsible for the content of this ad.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
It was a good decision having my wife here. I couldn't do it no more. I took care of her for 6 years. I feel that she's safe here. I feel that anytime that she's got a problem, they can get a hold of me, and they have, and they've got a hold of me, which is really, I'm glad that they have. And I've sat in the hallway and watched people bring their loved ones in here, and they were nervous and that, but there's nothing to be nervous about. They just take really good care of you at this facility. And that's what it's all about. As long as your wife is happy, or your husband, when you come to a place like this, that's all you're asking for, that they're happy.
Now is the time to take advantage of Beyer Cabinets Fall Countertop Sale. Now through October 31st, receive $250 off our wide selection of beautiful natural stone and quartz countertops. Stop in today. Beyer Cabinets, West Salem.
Welcome back. If you hadn't noticed, mushrooms are having a bit of a moment. Along with finding them in the produce aisle, you'll see them in snacks, broths, supplements, and even coffee and tea. Consumer Reports says the popularity of these fantastic fungi is well deserved.
And is really excellent for immune functions.
John Michelotti is a fun guy. He leads workshops and walks, educating people on everything from foraging and identifying to learning how to grow mushrooms.
I think we are just starting to scratch the surface of the potential of mushrooms. It is a super exciting time for mushrooms.
Sales are growing, like well mushrooms. While different types of mushrooms have different amounts of nutrients, they're all really good for you.
Mushrooms can be great sources of potassium, selenium, and antioxidants. Plus, they provide some fiber, and some types are rich in vitamin D.
Mushrooms have been part of Eastern medicine for thousands of years and are the leading dietary source of ergothioneine, an antioxidant known for its role in supporting the immune system.
With these extracts,
today, people who want to use mushrooms to address specific health concerns typically turn to supplements.
There's been some preliminary research to support some of these claims, but what works in the lab or in mice doesn't always apply to humans. More studies are needed.
If you're interested in taking a mushroom supplement, check with your doctor, especially if you have a medical condition, as some can interfere with medications. Want to try growing your own? The easiest way to get started is to buy a kit online from a mushroom kit company. Consumer Reports like these kits from Northspore and Forest Origins. There's so many varieties to try, each with a unique, deep, savory flavor, making mushrooms a great substitute for meat. But there are a few tricks to getting that rich, meaty, umami flavor. Don't start off with oil in your pan. Instead, use a little water and cook the mushrooms until they've relaxed. And then add a little oil or butter to help them get crispy and brown. Just keep in mind that nutritionally, mushrooms are much lower in protein than meat, so you may want to pair them with a plant-based protein source. This is Jaima Crespo.
Mushrooms are also very sustainable food. They grow with minimal water and produce a high yield on a small plot of land. That wraps up your afternoon consumer news. As we head to break, here's a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us. More news is next.
When we went over the agenda and they presented options, they could do a little bit of it or all of it, and I chose to have it all done so they could address all the problems at one time, and then we would have all our issues taken care of.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks, but now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
How much are your old windows costing you? Heat that either escapes or enters windows accounts for roughly 30% of the energy used to heat and cool your home. For a limited time, River Valley Remodelers is offering a free energy audit for your home's windows. We'll show you the energy loss and help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Our windows are energy efficient and designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. River Valley Remodelers. Call today for your free energy audit.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Well, when they came to install things, they were very timely. They were very professional and told us exactly how long we would be without water, which was helpful to plan. You know, they came in, did the job, they left, you didn't even know they were there.
In your medical news today, we may be getting closer to the limit of human longevity. A study by the University of Illinois Chicago found human life expectancy is not increasing at the rate it did in the 20th century. We're still living an average of 6.5 years longer than we did in 1990, but that's far short of predictions that most people born today will live past the age of 100. A new analysis in Japan looked at the most effective ways to get people to quit smoking. The study found it takes a combination of tax increases on tobacco products, anti-smoking laws, and anti-smoking campaigns to reduce the use of cigarettes. Smoking continues to be a leading cause of premature death worldwide. Social stigma around certain ailments plays a big role in our health. Research by the University of Toronto found doctors who portrayed weight gain as a moral issue or a lack of willpower caused patients to disengage from their care. People who use drugs and people with sexually transmitted diseases also face social stigma, and the study says healthcare workers need to do more to address that. Those were some of the day's top health headlines as we take a live look outside. Now from City Cam 8, Nicole is in next with our forecast.
I've met so many people in western Wisconsin looking for a change. We need fresh ideas to tackle the issues families are facing every day. Inflation, healthcare costs, tax relief. In November, vote for someone putting in the legwork to find solutions. Vote Ryan Hipsch for Assembly.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
I'm traveling the country today, just talking to everyday Americans, seeing if they'll make the switch from fossil fuels to geothermal heating and cooling. Have you ever considered using geothermal to fight climate change?
No. Somebody said we were going to be frozen over by now. What do you see?
Well, I did an energy audit on your house. Do you want to see it?
Can we turn the clock back? Save me all this money?
It sounds like I've convinced you to consider the fight against climate change.
That's the secondary benefit, but I mean, I don't mind saving 40 grand.
Steve Doyle says,
I'm working for you.
Unless, of course, you're a senior on fixed income or middle-class family. Steve Doyle voted against bipartisan tax relief to help you with rising costs. Steve Doyle, playing political games, not working for us.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Well, Hurricane Milton has definitely turned some heads across the weather community and across the nation as we're all monitoring this very intense storm about to make its way over into Florida. Here we are taking a live look at it on satellite right now. You can see that eye is slowly starting to make a little bit more progress and becoming more defined again. It weakened a little bit overnight, thankfully. Right now we're sitting at a higher end Category 4 storm, and it's forecasted to continue to weaken, thankfully, as it continues to make landfall into Florida going into tomorrow. Now, last night it did make a historic drop in terms of its intensity. Its centralized pressure got below 900 millibars, which has only happened 4 other times on record in the Atlantic, which is a very big deal, but thankfully, again, this is beginning to weaken. Here's a look at what the track is looking like right now, crossing somewhere near Tampa. Now, there's still a lot of room for variability, which is a good sign because a lot is going to depend on just a couple miles based on where this ends up. If the hurricane decides to track a little bit to the north of the Tampa Bay area, as you can see, the circulation of this hurricane really starts to funnel a lot of that ocean water in and can cause for some of that catastrophic flooding and storm surge. Now, if it decides to shift just a little bit to the south, that's all we really need, then as you can see, that circulation starts to blow off the coast and that flooding would not be nearly as drastic. So this is definitely something that everyone is going to be keeping their eyes on as we go into tomorrow. Up here, though, we're looking really quiet. Not a lot of weather of note. Our lows, again, were a little bit chillier tonight. We were a bit warmer. However, much of us were still sitting in those 30s, a couple more 40s out there, though. We did see some more temperatures that were below 28 degrees, which is that threshold needed for a hard freeze, which really makes an effect on much of the vegetation. Here in these purple colors are the counties that have already experienced that hard freeze, whether that was tonight or last night, and they're right on par for when they should usually see it on that first week of October. Now, the rest of us, our turn is coming up, and it's looking like we're going to be right on par for where we usually see that on average going into next week. It's not going to come for a little bit, though. We still have a few days, a bit warmer today, staying in the low to mid 70s, and we're going to continue to warm up until we get into the weekend. Here we are tomorrow, still feeling that mild conditions, but as we get into Thursday and definitely into Friday, we'll feel that warmth from that ridge moving over, possibly getting into the 80s in some regions. But after we get into the weekend, Saturday, especially into Sunday, we feel that cold air really plunge down across much of the country. Going to feel a great cool down from it, going to feel a little bit more like fall as well. So there's going to be a payoff. Now, that pattern is also very dry. We really only have one chance of rainfall with that cold front coming Saturday night. Just a 20% chance right now. A lot of that rain is looking to stay north as well. So quiet conditions up here. It's going to be a little bit warmer tonight. However, some areas north of I-94 could still be looking at a chance for some patchier frost tonight. And then tomorrow, just a bit warmer, staying in the mid 70s. Again, feeling that gradual warm up as we go throughout the week. Thursday and Friday, still looking at the warmest, still looking at that chance for an 80 on Friday. But then after that, we have some 50s in the forecast to start the next week off. So it's going to be a major switch up going from 80 to 50 in just a few days.
Yeah, it's going to feel great, though. Quite the roller coaster for sure. Yeah, yesterday afternoon was so amazing.
It's going to feel good.
I was loving it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. Coming up, from skeletons to Santa Claus, the Halloween retailer making an unexpected leap into the Christmas season. We'll tell you more next.
Are you in need of a new driveway or parking lot? Call North Central Paving for all your asphalt needs. We specialize in paving, seal coating, repairs, crack filling, and new installation. Call North Central Paving today.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
As the mom of a daughter, I'm livid that boys are now being allowed to compete in girls' sports. It's just wrong, and I blame Tammy Baldwin. She voted to let biological men into women's sports. Worse, Baldwin co-sponsored legislation to force girls to share locker rooms with biological men. Tammy Baldwin is failing to keep our families safe. Tammy Baldwin's extreme values are wrong for Wisconsin. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
At Ultra, we believe in financial health and that good habits start early. Learning how to save and spend responsibly can make a big difference in a child's life and yours. Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Free online and mobile banking, plus cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Is your gravel or dirt driveway migrating into your yard? Then it's time to call North Central Paving. Specializing in paving, seal coating, repairs, crack filling, and new installations, North Central Paving can handle all your asphalt needs. Call 608-781-4423 today to get your free estimate.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Finally today, the retail chain known for ushering in the spooky season is now embracing Christmas. Spirit Halloween announcing it'll be opening 10 Spirit Christmas stores later this fall. They'll be mostly located in the U.S. Northeast. The company says the stores will be filled with Christmas-themed decorations, inflatables, and gifts. Customers will also be able to wander through a life-size gingerbread village, as well as take a photo with Santa Claus. Stay with us. We will have one more check of your forecast when we come back.
ADHD, ADD, mouth breathing, and bedwetting are signs your child may have a myofunctional disorder. If left untreated, it may cause other health problems. There is help with myofunctional therapy at Allen Dental. Contact Allen Dental today to schedule your evaluation.
Billionaire banker Eric Hovde has a plan for Social Security.
Do you favor either raising the retirement age or cutting benefits? I favor both.
Raising the retirement age?
You have to start changing the retirement age.
Hovde wants to raise the retirement age as high as 72. And Hovde just proposed cutting Social Security by 28%, costing the average beneficiary more than $6,000 a year. Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on your next painting project at Menards. Dutch Boys Forever Interior Paint and Primer offers powerhouse protection with its stain-blocking, odor-reducing technology. A gallon starts at $29.98 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus Interior Paint. Its Stain Shield technology protects your spaces with a performance you'd expect from a luxury paint at a price you wouldn't. Get a gallon starting at $37.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington Insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington Insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington Insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
I am your father.
At Allen Dental, we have hope for excessive snoring and disrupted sleep. Come to us for myofunctional therapy and oral sleep appliance.
Download the News 8000 app today.
Well, there's a couple good things about this quiet pattern we have. One, it makes my job a lot easier, and the other one is that this is harvest time, so these conditions are going to be perfect for getting out in the field. I know it's really starting to ramp up now. We don't have a lot of wind out there, not a lot of rain, and this is just the forecast for Thursday. However, it's really going to pool over into the rest of the week. Very little rain, mostly dry forecast, and very little winds as well, so definitely a good sign for the farmers. The harvesting, not a lot of issues coming up for that.
Yeah, all right, that's great. And good weather to get outside too, right?
That too,
Feeling pretty
yeah.
nice out there, yeah. All right, Nicole, well, thank you. And thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at noon. We will see you back here tonight. Until then, enjoy your Tuesday.